Hey guys, and welcome back to River Raven Collects. Today we are looking at a figure, well, two figures from the Curse of Spawn line, Series 13. This was released in 1998, which is incredible to believe. Now, there is a bit of a problem with this. It has been opened, so I'm hoping that all the pieces are here. I am noticing, I think that one piece is missing. So yeah, we'll deal with that when we get to it. Anyway, this is Jessica Priest and Mr. Obersmith. So this is a figure I've wanted to get for a while because it just looks so cool. You know, I really like the Curse of Spawn series particularly because it has all these like really bizarre different creatures. So I just think that it's really cool, really unique. So definitely one that I wanted to pick up. Obviously I picked it up secondhand from Cash Converters, so I got it for 35. I'll put the conversion rate up. So 35, I thought, you know, maybe it's got some missing pieces, it has been out of its box, but I thought 35, I'll pick it up and check it out and see how good or bad it is. So anyway, without further ado, let's get her out of her box and check her out. Alright guys, so you got me in person and we've got a little bit of a surprise. So my camera, I've got 3 batteries for it and all of them are flat. So right now we're actually on my mobile phone. Now I've not used this before. This was always a backup plan in case something like this happened so that I could get out a video. So let me know what you guys think of this picture and my voice and everything. It's probably going to be a bit different. I'm not going to know what it's like until I'm editing it, but hopefully it's not better than the camera. That would be a bit disappointing, wouldn't it? But anyway, onto the figure. So we've got Jessica Priest and Mr. Obersmith. Obersmith, spelled with a B, I think. But you can see that, you know, Obersmith particularly is really, really cool. It's right up my alley, what I want. I think that Jessica is a little bit lacking. I don't know why she's kind of in these clothes or anything, but if somebody wants to let me know like the backstory of what's happening here. I know a little bit that Mr. Obersmith used to be like human and now he's kind of like the pet or something of Jessica Priest. So we've also got a little chain that she can hold for him, but I am noticing that she's supposed to have a pistol and I don't see it here, so could be missing. Like I said, this has been opened already. So up here, paid 35, like I said before, was apparently 40, so got a good price. But I wanted to comment about this. So you can see that there's tape behind here, just like regular duct tape. This is really cool that they actually did this because they put that on there so that you don't get that horrible sticker sticking on there and it peels off completely fine, right? So that is a really nice touch. I really appreciate that. I'm sure that, you know, you collectors that are picking up stuff secondhand will really appreciate that, you know, we don't get this sort of mark from the sticker because they've used the duct tape. Hey, is this duct tape? I think it is. I don't think it's called something else. No, that's masking tape, isn't it? Anyway, that all aside, obviously the box is a little bit beaten up. Again, secondhand, so we kind of expect that. But let's move on to the back. So we've unboxed quite a few from this series. So obviously we've got, it's interesting they have Jessica Priest and Mr. Obersmith like separate when they come together. Hatchet we've unboxed, Rhaenys we've unboxed as well, Medusa. We have not unboxed Zeus, I haven't picked him up yet, but obviously to complete the set I need to pick him up. As well as, I believe this is Spawn 2, or the Curse of Spawn 2. So I haven't picked him up yet either. But we do have Desiccator. And if you like the look of this figure, for some unknown reason, he is always super, super cheap. I picked mine up for like $20 or $40. I'll put the video up above so you can check that out after this one. But yeah, I picked him up for extremely cheap and he is a huge figure and absolutely covered in detail. He is a really, really cool figure. I highly recommend picking him up. So we've got the other stuff here. We've got stuff from Metal Gear Solid. I'm not actually familiar with those games. You know, it's one of those games that I wish I have gotten around to playing, but yeah, I haven't. we've got the Crow here, and I actually watched this a little while ago, so this could be a figure that I want to pick up in the future. I actually watched it recently, and yeah, really, really liked that movie. Probably in like my top 3 favorite films, I reckon. Down here, we've got the info card, so if you want to have a pause and read it, I'm not going to be reading it out, but there it is there, and it's in like 3 different languages, so that's quite nice. Then over here we've got what's in the box. So we've got the gun, which yeah, seems to be missing maybe, and then we've got the leash. So yeah, that's essentially that. Yeah, really cool series, and considering it's from 1998, like really, really cool. So anyway, without further ado, let's get him out of his box. Alright guys, so I thought we'd have a little look at the back of the box. We've got Dubs up here, a really cool background, I really like it. You know, I'm a big fan of the Cursed Spawn line, and of course the retro horror art that we kind of have on this box is really, really cool. But onto the figures. So we do have the pistol up here. That was really nice to find that that is actually here. So super glad that we've got it actually complete all together. But yeah, these two are looking really, really cool. No damage or anything to them. So yeah, really, really happy. So up first, we'll look at the pistol. Obviously, not too much to write home about. However, really good sculpt. We've got silver paint below and then a black wash on top, and that just works really, really well. So nothing too interesting, but works well. So then we have Jessica herself, and yeah, she looks pretty good. Obviously she's a lot smaller, so they can't pack in as much detail as they usually would, and obviously a lot of the detail is going to Mr. Obersmith. But we've got war tattoos on her. Don't know what the story is with all their clothes ripped up. Probably would have preferred like a complete outfit, but maybe someone can let me know what the story is here. But yeah, overall, pretty good. Up next we have got, well, what I was looking forward to the most at least, but the main event in my eyes, Mr. Obersmith. So he looks absolutely awesome. You know, I always like the monsters in these series, and I love like the McFarlane monsters so much, and yeah, he looks awesome. I love how he's actually a really big creature, but they've obviously like scrunched him up so he's like a lot smaller, all hunched over, because if he actually stood up he would be like huge. That would be an absolutely massive figure. So I am noticing not much articulation, but we'll check that out a little later. He's also got the real chain, which I absolutely love. Unfortunately, being secondhand, he's got a bit of rust on it. That tends to happen even if you keep these in box. This can happen, so that does suck. If anybody knows if there's anything I can do with it to stop it from breaking, if that's something that could happen, that would be really good. But yeah, sucks a little bit, but that's just how it is, so not much can be done. So let's check out a little bit more of his face here. Really cool face, really love it, really unique with like the horns coming out of his cheeks there, and then we got a ton of horns on the back. We've got some blue spot here, and I don't know what that's about. I don't know how that got on there, but it is secondhand, so I don't know, but yeah, you kind of expect that stuff. But let's check out his articulation. So he does have ball joints in these arms, but they do not want to move, and with a figure being so old like this, I am really hesitant to try and force anything. So he is obviously like in his pose that he's going to be standing in, so I'm going to leave him as that. Now we've only got 5 points of articulation on Jessica. Being a smaller figure, she's not going to have that much, so essentially these just go up and down, no ball joints or anything. So that's that. Not much articulation on this one, but not a problem for me. So anyway, let's jump over to the showcase. Alright guys, that has been our look at Jessica Priest and Mr. Obersmith. So yeah, I really like them. They don't have that many flaws per se compared to like other stuff. I'd say the biggest one that you probably notice when we're looking at them all together is, yeah, unfortunately Jessica is very short. So she's going to look odd standing next to everybody else. Everybody else is kind of that 6-inch height, right? But she is very short. So that is probably the only downside I see with these. The details on her aren't that great, but I think they are sufficient. The hair sculpt and body sculpt, the clothes and everything is all really good. But being in that shorter form, she doesn't have that articulation that we would usually be used to. But, you know, not many Spawn figures have that articulation, but in the Curse Spawn series, they actually have quite a bit. So Mr. Obersmith is really cool as well. Not a lot of articulation, you can't really move him either, which to me, you know, he's just going to go on this shelf and I'm just going to display him. So it's not a bother to me, but I know it'll be a bother to some other people. Most of the paint jobs are really good. We've got all the like war paint or whatever it is that Jessica's wearing, and then we've got sort of the washes and stuff to really make all these crinkles and stuff on Mr. Obersmith really like pop out. I'd say it looks a bit rough on his horns, and that's about it. Like most of the rest of him is really, really good. Particularly the head, like I was saying last time on my Cyberpunk figures, like you stuff up the head or the face, like it's all over. That's the one thing you notice, and you can't get rid of that. But both of them have really good faces, so it is really awesome. So considering I got them for secondhand, I'm really, really impressed. Almost wish that I had bought them like new in box, but I think that's alright. But anyway guys, let me know what you think of them down in the comments. Is this one that you've picked up or you have in your collection or you're going to pick up now? Let me know. Leave me a like on this video and subscribe if you're new here. We've obviously unboxed a load of Spawn figures over the time that I've been uploading videos, so go back, check those out. And yeah, subscribe, it would help me out. We're almost at 700 subscribers, so thank you everyone who is enjoying my content and subscribing, liking, commenting. Like, I really appreciate it from all of you guys. Anyway guys, that has been our look at Jessica Priest and Mr. Obersmith. So hope you've enjoyed today's video, and I'll see you on the next one.